I started playing when I think I was I learned to play when I was 5 years old. No one in my family ever played hockey. Just my grandparents and my Aunt Cindy, I think it was my Aunt Cindy, took me ice skating when I was 2, and just stuck from there. I never gotten any to learn to skates or anything. I just actually just took off. And back then, in hockey in St. Louis there was really no hockey in St. Louis until I got to like 10 years old. And I played, first team was Mike Davies when I played with Paul Stastny. It was cool seeing Peter Stastny come to the rink because he was a blues player and all this stuff. And then he came on the ice with a couple times. And then after that, it was Perry Turnbull, Mike Zook, and Rick Zombo that coached me all the way up. And he had Baz McCrae too at times. So I played St. Louis Blues AAA. Then I got cut. When I was 15, I didn't make it. I was too small. And I just used that as a motivation. And then so I played the next tier down, which was Central States. And we were up in Chicago every weekend. You know, we played the Glenview Stars, Downers Grove Huskies, teams like that. And I was still, every time I got out there, I just wanted to get back playing AAA because I knew I belonged there. It was just the coach said I was too small. So then the next year I ended up playing I made the AAA team again. I made it that year, and then I said no to them, and because I made a team, higher up, a junior B team in St. Louis. And we won the first ever national championship out of St. Louis, so that was a really big deal. And then I went, my dad, I wanted to come back and play for that same team my senior year of high school because I didn't want to move out of St. Louis and to be away from home and stuff. But my dad sent the coach in Springfield, Illinois an email, and so I got a tryout with the Springfield Junior Blues in the North American Hockey League. I felt that since I made the team out of camp, there's a reason for that. My dad told me, and he's like, I think you got to take this opportunity. He said, if not, you come back the semester. What do you have to lose? Went there, and next thing you know, I was led all rookies in scoring in the league, and already had a few college opportunities here and there. Then I was drafted into the USHL by Lincoln Stars the next year, and so I took a year off, I guess, going to college, to play juniors, which I guess is very common now. So I wasn't going to go, and then my mom sat me down and was like, hey, you took advantage of the opportunity in Springfield. I still had a chip on my shoulder. People said, no one in St. Louis, is going to make it to college, or you're too small because you're too small. You're not going to play juniors. Well, I already played juniors, and my mom's like, well, now they're saying you're too small to play college, and then they're also saying, well, you're not going to go to the WCHA. You're too small for that. So every time I talked to a college, I was like, you know what? I just thanked them for that opportunity, for calling me, and then all of a sudden Wisconsin called, WCHA school, offered me a full ride. And I'd always wanted to go to Wisconsin since I was about 12 years old. We went on a trip up to Madison. We were at the first ever game at the Kohl Center versus Notre Dame. Walking in, I was like, Mom, I want to go here someday. And my mom just laughed. She said, oh yeah, it'd be great. And then, sure enough, I committed to Wisconsin. I had other offers from Michigan, North Dakota, Maine, but Wisconsin was where I wanted to go since I was 12. So I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship there, and went there for 4 years, and it was the best time of my life. What's so special about Wisconsin is, I think first off is the school. You look back, the school is, in terms of the education, it's top in the country, but then it's the sports. I mean, the whole town comes together, and I remember my first football game, walking down, I think it's Regent Street, walking up there, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Then all of a sudden the basketball game, and then, I remember driving on my scooter, going to my first class, and I passed the Kohl Center, and I see all these tents outside. I'm like, what are these tents? I get to our workout, and And I asked one of the seniors, like, why are there people camping outside the Kohl Center right now? I mean, the line was wrapped all the way around, you know, back up to the Surf, which was the rec center. And they're like, well, it's season tickets for hockey come out in 4 days. Like, 4 days? And I'm like, yeah. And sure enough, they sold those things out within 10 minutes. You know, it's first come, first serve. You pick your seats. And people were camping out for 4 days, you know. So that was my first memory of, you know, what I'm getting into. And then just never looked back from there. 4 years later, we were in the national championship game versus Boston College. Fortunately, lost, but I mean, you win some, you lose some. We only made the tournament one other year, and you know, that was just special. I think we just knew, going into my senior year, we knew it was something special. We knew we were the best team in the country. I think we were. I think the best out of 3. I think we beat Boston College, but you know, there's only 1 game series. So, but it was the most fun I've ever had. Going into my freshman year, they're like, you know, we won another outdoor game, and we're pushed to get, you know, another one here at Camp Randall. Like, yeah, you know. Well, sure enough, senior year, had an outdoor game at Camp Randall. And that was insane. You know, 58,000 people on your own turf. You know, we work out in the summer on the football field there. So the whole summer long, before going in, when we knew that game was coming up, I mean, we were just, you know, we knew exactly where the goal was going to be. You know, we actually took sticks and a puck out on the turf, and we were just messing around. So it was a good time. You know, it was something I'll never forget. You know, we were down 2-1 with 4 minutes left to Michigan, and we had a power play. We scored right away. Brendan Smith, who now plays for Detroit, scored. Passed to him. Off the face-off, they took a penalty, so we had our power play. Scored right away. So all of a sudden now it's 3-2. And then they played jump around. And that was just insane. So it was awesome, great experience, I'll never forget it. My coach at Wisconsin, Mike Eaves, some people say he's, you know, crazy, whatever, but I think he was obviously the best coach I've ever had in terms of off ice and teaching you to be a man. And you know, you never knew what you're going to get out of him. And one thing he always said was, come to the rink and put everything else up onto a shelf. And whenever you're at the rink, play hockey. Whatever happens out, you know, on the ice, you know, it's something you're just dealt with. It's life, you know. You're gonna get, if you're sitting at an office job, you're gonna get dealt a bad hand. You know, something could happen. But at the same time, you know, I'm on the ice and, you know, doing something I love and something I've been doing ever since my grandparents and aunt took me skating when I was young. So it's just who I am.